Today I want to share with you a book that I just finished reading called Enough for All. It's a delightful little book. Subtitle, Foods of My Dry Creek Pomo and Bodega Miwuk People. It's a book by Kathleen Rose Smith. Here's what it says on the back cover. The way my mother said it was lovely, meaningful, and true. It was as true in the early 1940s, the years of my childhood, as it is today, more than 70 years later. She would tell me this when I followed along as she tended the plants in her victory gardens, that we Indians would never starve. This wasn't because of the precious vegetables she carefully raised in her garden, but because there is food all around us. As we had to do, all we had to do was know when to collect and how to prepare the many foods that are created for us and all of the other living beings that are here. There is enough for all. It's a fascinating title because what do we always hear today? There's shortages. There's not enough for everybody. The concept was, even if you're living off the land, there's enough for everybody if you understand the plants of nature and if you learn how to share and work together. So this book I like a lot. It talks about, it's not exactly a how-to book, but it talks about how the peppernuts were used, how the acorn was used, how the manzanita was used, and all the plants from the seashore were used. If you don't know how to make acorn mush, there's a detailed description. She talks about beginning on gathering the acorns. We don't use the first ones to fall from the trees for food. They fall early because of some flaw or other. The good acorns will start to fall from the trees later, helped by a gust of wind. To tell which acorns are good and which are not, look at them, feel them. The heavy acorn has a fully formed nut inside the shell. The lightweight one does not. After gathering, sort out any imperfect acorns, make sure none have larvae inside. And so she goes through the whole cracking and drying, how you make the fine meal, how they made acorn bread. I like the peppernut description. Collect the peppernuts in autumn. And basically they're roasting them, roasting the peppernuts. I know our friend who I've mentioned before here, Paul Campbell, he roasts them to they're almost dark brown and makes like a chocolate-like little snack from them. They also talk, Kathleen Rose Smith also talks about the manzanita cider. And I've made that same cider. It's absolutely delicious. She talks about the greens that they would collect. The wild strawberry story is really delightful. In other words, this isn't the how-to. In fact, this isn't like my books where I'm just giving you the dry facts. This is the living history, the living story of the historical ancestors of this area who described what it was actually like. I think you'll really enjoy the book. It's published by Heyday books. Okay, you can find it, I'm sure, on Amazon and wherever fine quality books are sold. Get it, you'll like it. Thanks again.